Well, thank you very much all for being here. Thanks to my great and heroic colleagues in the House of Representatives. We don't have as many doctors in the Democratic caucus and the Senate as you have in the House, but we certainly have a lot of parents. John and I both have 2 school-age children, and we know that every day that goes by as we watch the CDC and HHS spiral out of control, be put more firmly in the hands of radical conspiracy theorists, our children's health is at risk. RFK Jr. says that there's no real risk in this country from infectious disease. Tell that to the tens of thousands of Connecticut residents who died, who perished at the hands of the COVID virus. This is a really dangerous moment for this country. And I think we owe a great deal of thanks to the heroic leadership at CDC who has chosen to speak out, who has chosen to tell a really dangerous and very scary truth. I just want to read you a couple quotes, short quotes from Dr. Descalz's resignation letter. It's an extraordinary letter. Every single member of the United States Senate, Republican and Democratic senators, should read it. He says, I am unable to serve in an environment that treats CDC as a tool to generate policies and materials that do not reflect scientific reality and are designed to hurt rather than to improve the public's health. Having worked in local and national public health for years, I have never experienced such radical non-transparency, nor have I ever seen such unskilled manipulation of data to achieve a political end rather than the good of the American people. Those are extraordinary statements, but it tells you what is happening at CDC today. The radical political judgment of RFK Jr. and his conspiracy theory crowd being substituted for the judgment of scientists and doctors, putting all of our health care at risk. We are at risk today, but imagine if there was to be another outbreak later this year. Imagine the chaos and the havoc that would be wrought in this country if science was replaced with conspiracy. I just want to end by making it clear that this has nothing to do with politics. Not everything here in this building has to be right or left, blue or red. This is just right or wrong. And in the last 24 hours, some of our Republican colleagues have begun to mildly speak up. I don't really understand much of what John Kennedy said, and says, but he called the CDC and the HHS a goat rodeo. I don't really know what that is, but it doesn't sound good. But we need more than criticism. We need our Republican colleagues to stand up and say that it's time for RFK Jr. to go. We need our Republican colleagues to go to the White House and demand that the president clean house and put science and medicine back in charge. We will continue to speak up, but this really shouldn't have anything to do with your political stripes or who you are politically loyal to. We are at a moment of decision for this country. I think the country will learn something today from the Secretary's testimony, but it's time that both Republicans and Democrats stand up to protect our kids before it is too late, before the CDC and the HHS have gone fully, unrecoverably off the rails. With that, let me introduce my great colleague who's been speaking up on this matter strongly over the last few days, represents the CDC, Senator Jon Ossoff.